Supreme Court says Trump administration must work to bring back mistakenly deported Maryland man. Okay? This is huge. Okay, for multiple reasons. First of all right, Trump and his administration keeps appealing this case higher and higher until it reaches the Supreme Court, where they're hoping that the more conservative judges would rule in their favor. Let me explain. So basically, the Maryland man that this is talking about is a man who was mistakenly deported to El Salvador under the reasoning that this person is a gang member. All right. However, as many people have already determined, there is no criminal background pertaining to anything gang related whatsoever. Honestly, no criminal background whatsoever, it seems. And in addition, this person has been regularly meeting with ICE in order to keep up to date on their legal authorization. So we have multiple facets of this. And in addition, the proper due process has not been followed for this person, okay? So this person, again, was disappeared, sent down to El Salvador, a death prison with a very high mortality rate, and a work camp, so that with no court, with no court ruling, no jury ruling, nothing whatsoever. In every single possible way, it is dystopian. In every single possible way, it is one of the most heinous cases of disappearing, all right? But work will set him free. Nice reference. But now, okay, after much backlash, all right, because the Trump is so overly reliant on the Supreme Court being overly conservative to rule in their favor, it has backfired bigly. Okay, it has backfired bigly. Now, you might be wondering, okay, awesome, we fucking won, all right? Well, also, by the way, another great thing is that you can use this as precedence for all the other cases, all right? All you need is a lawyer. All right, it's all good, man. Okay, no. All right, but it's a 9-0 ruling. 9-0. Even Thomas. Yes, that's right. Even Thomas ruled in favor with the liberal. We have an extremely conservative Supreme Court, 3 of which, I believe, are Trump appointed. Okay? And Brett and Amy, all right? 3 Trump appointed Supreme Court judges. All 9 of them, every single one of them, said he has to come home. Let's look into it, okay? The Supreme Court on Thursday said the Trump administration must work to bring back a Maryland man who was mistakenly deported to prison in El Salvador, rejecting the administration's emergency appeal. The court acted in the case of, he's so mad at Amy right now, on God for real. In the case of Kilmar Abrigo Garcia, a Salvadoran citizen who had an immigration court order preventing his deportation to his native country over fears he would face persecution from local gangs. U.S. District Judge Paulazzini has ordered Abrigo Garcia, now being held in a notorious Salvadoran prison, return to the United States by midnight Monday. The order properly requires the government to facilitate Abrigo Garcia's release from custody in El Salvador and to ensure that his case is handled as it would have been had he not been improperly sent to El Salvador. There you go. Now, let's just go down, okay? The court's liberal justices said the administration should have hastened to correct its egregious error and was plainly wrong to suggest it could not bring him home. The government's argument, moreover, implies that it could deport and incarcerate any person, including U.S. citizens, without legal consequence, so long as it does so before a court can intervene. Sonia Sotomayor wrote, joined by her 2 colleagues. Abrigo Garcia's wife, Jennifer Vasquez Sura, said the ordeal had been an emotional roller coaster for their family and the entire community. Oh, again, this is legendary, okay? Again, this isn't just a win. It's a major win. Because when was the last time we had a 9-0 case? Seriously, when was the last time we had a 9-0 case? When? In the district court, Zani wrote the decision to arrest was lawless, right? And apparently, I didn't even know this, the guy's 29 years old. Yeah, The guy's 29 years old. How old are you guys? Can you just imagine yourself also being disappeared? Just like that? Snap of a finger, you're gone? Because you're brown? Crazy, isn't it? He also had a permit to legally work, according to this paragraph 30. Yeah, there you go. Silver King, there you go. Right? And by the way, the reason why he was running over here is actually to escape from a gang in the first place. Is to escape from a gang in the first place. The Barrio 18, from what I remember, okay? From my research. He was running away from Barrio 18 because his mother's business in El Salvador was being threatened and extorted. Even though Barrio 18 is a Los Angeles gang, they have operations in El Salvador. So this is what happened. This is why he's in America in the fucking first place. So he's definitely not part of any gang, considering at around age 16, he fled over there from El Salvador to America. And that's why he's like seeking refuge, right? See refuge. So we have somebody who is not just innocent, but he's super innocent. Super innocent. All right. Among the other people that have been deported to El Salvador is like a gay man. A gay man with tattoos. You really think this random ass gay man is a part of MS-13? The Trump administration can't even get the name of the gang right. The gang, even if they might be involved in some gang, right, with, you know, this person, he's been running away from a gang. That was Barrio 18, right? And in addition, I think I recall one of the people who have been locked away to also be wearing like a red cap or something. And that was one of the reasonings that they used. Bitch, that's not Barrio 18 or MS-13. That's the Bloods, you fucking moron. That's the, like, Bloods, Crips Bloods. They don't even know their gangs. They all think they're like one big ass gang. They all think they're part of MS-13. But they know that, okay? Let's not waddle the weeds here, okay? All right, they know that. They know this, okay? But they're dishonest people. They're dishonest hacks that want to create results for their voter base. Their MAGA voter base. That's why, okay? They want to appeal and say, hey, we actually got rid of people because they're less successful than President Obama. Because guess what? President Obama, by following the law, he has managed to deport more than 1 million people compared to Trump's 800,000 people. That's just the truth. The reason why Trump was so ineffective at deporting people was because he doesn't follow the law. That's why. So, in the end, it's just one big kerfuffle, one big embarrassment for Trump and his little mafia running the White House, you know, getting their little grubby little fingers over French fries from McDonald's, okay? Yeah. And the money that they spent making off from crashing the stock market and then announcing that they're going to recede it. And we're going to go over that, by the way, in what might be the biggest crypto scam in human history. On the face of this earth, the biggest crypto scam ever. Okay, all right. That's enough, okay? All right, let's watch some videos on it, okay?